What's good? What's good? What's good? We are finally live. I think. I'm pretty sure we are. Wow. Hope you guys are doing better than you are doing yesterday. I certainly am. Um, I mean, still thinking about that game is just depressing, but I wanted to come on and just talk with you guys and answer questions, man. Just answer questions. So I'm going to take as many questions as I can possibly answer over the next, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. So ask away in regards to the Bears super chat. Again, if you guys want your answer question right away, or not right away, I should say, answered for sure. Like, I'll try to answer the super chats first. I'll give them preference, but I'll answer the rest if I can in time. And one other quick thing, just quick plug before I do get started here. What's going on, guys? I see you guys all in the comment section, so thank you. One other quick thing, I posted a ton of videos today too in regards to the NBA, regards to the Bulls. We know the draft is tomorrow, so I'm actually going live tomorrow too. So join me tomorrow for the draft. I am going to go live for that, okay? And follow me, guys, on my social media. I always tell you guys that. But do so. And also, in regards to this game, the Bears, we've got a bye week, right? We've got a bye week next week, so that's good. But also, as far as who's starting after the bye, there's nothing been confirmed. We don't know yet. I'm going to give you guys my best guesses, but just letting you know. And by the way, we're back on primetime again because week 12, we play the Packers Sunday night. So I never thought I'd get to this point where I don't want any primetime games because I don't want the embarrassment of having everybody be forced to watch this awful offense, but so be it. So we get the Packers, baby. So, all right, let's get to some questions here. All right, what's going on? What's up, guys? Peyton, Tristan, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. If the Bears end up getting a top 10 to 20 pick, what should they do with it? So right now, I mean, if the Bears lose the rest of their games, we'd be, 5-11, right? So if they do get a top 10, 20 pick, I'd want either a quarterback or an offensive lineman. I don't want any other position being drafted in the first round. If it's not a quarterback or an offensive lineman, I don't care. Period. Should we bomb the rest of the season and trade A-Rob to a contending team to get another first-round pick and go offensive, best player available the rest of the draft? I don't believe that is even possible. In the NFL, it's too hard to tank halfway through. If you're the Jets, I mean, it's easier to tank now, right? Because you haven't won a game, just keep losing. But if you're a team like the Bears, I mean, we've already got too many wins to get a very high draft pick. And so at this point, there is not really that much of an advantage to tank. So it just really isn't. As far as trading A-Rob to a contending team, again, could they do it? Sure, but I don't think they will. Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are probably going to get the rest of the season to try to fix this. And so they're going to try to win as many games as they can. So that's where I'm at with it. DeAndre with the question, do you think Mitch has a chance to save the season if healthy? We know he's going to be a starter when he's ready to go. Well, I am glad you guys are assuming that because I'm not saying he's not. Okay, let me just come on and say it. I believe Mitchell Trubisky is going to be the starting quarterback when we come out of this bye week, which is funny because you would think, oh, Faiz, Nick Foles is hurt. So, duh, Mitch is going to be the starter. Well, actually, they said Nick Foles has a hip pointer injury, and apparently he's not going on IR. So if he went on IR, he'd be out 3 weeks, and Mitch would be the starter no matter what. But we have confirmation that I don't think he's going on IR. Matt Nagy spoke at the press conference after the game, and I think this morning too. And so there is a chance both quarterbacks are healthy after the bye. Now, I don't think Nick Foles will be, and so that's why I say Mitchell Trubisky starts. But regardless of even if he is, I believe Mitchell Trubisky should start. Nick Foles should not be the starting quarterback as long as we have this offensive line. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. I hope Mitch is going to be ready. We don't even know if Mitch is going to be fully healthy after the bye. And in that instance, are we really going to be starting Tyler Bray? Oh, my goodness. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse. But yeah, let me answer the question. Do I think Mitch is going to save the season? No. And I don't want to put that on Mitch in that aspect either, folks. This goes beyond the quarterback, the offensive line, the coaching, the front office. Like, everybody's at fault here. Mitch is not going to come in and just save the day. So, no, I don't think so. Faiz, what do you think about the Packers game? What do you want me to think about it? Not optimistic. The Packers are going to be favored, and they should be. They're the better team, and they're probably going to win. So I think that game is in Green Bay too, by the way. So, yeah, not looking good. Bear down, baby. Bears. Yeah, I mean, guys, we're still Bears fans. Come on. Like, again, it's easy to abandon ship at this point, but still Bears fans. All right. Do you think we can go 9-7 and Mitch is starting? Well, look, we still have the Jaguars. We still have the Texans. We have the Vikings again. I don't want to, make any proclamations that, again, I don't think Mitchell Trubisky coming in, he's just going to save the day because our problems go beyond that. But like right now, I think there's an opportunity. There's a chance to. I'm thinking 8-8, 9-7. Yeah, Jaguars, Texans, maybe the Vikings. But you know what? At this point, how do you trust this offense? How do you trust this offense at all? Hopefully, Mitchell Trubisky is going to be okay. Thoughts on Tayshaun Gibson so far? I think he's been pretty solid. He should come down with. He should have had more interceptions, but he's been pretty solid. Why does everyone hate Ryan Pace so much? Because he missed out on the most important position in football and quarterback, and he did not address the offensive line in the offseason and at the trade deadline when he had opportunities to. That's why we hate Ryan Pace. Do you think Matt Nagy benching Mitch screwed everything up for the Bears? So this is an interesting question. I do think that he benched Mitchell Trubisky too quickly, right? You guys remember the Falcons game? Mitch throws a pick, which was a bad pick. No doubt about it, and he yanks him. But we've seen Nick Foles throw countless numbers of bad interceptions and not get pulled. And so here's my thing. I absolutely believe that he pulled Mitchell Trubisky too quickly. But if you guys remember after that game, I came on and said, I wish Mitchell Trubisky did not even put Matt Nagy in the position to make that decision. Like, Mitchell Trubisky had to be so perfect for him to, not get benched. And, he wasn't, and so he got benched. And I do believe that did screw things up. Yeah, absolutely. Here's why. If you did not bench Mitchell Trubisky, let's just say you lose the Falcons game, but you could have had opportunities to win these other games because of Mitchell Trubisky's legs. And also, if things had gone left, maybe you pull out Nick Foles later in the season, right? Keep Mitch the starter as long as you can. And then you bring in Nick Foles. Nick Foles has shown you, outside of one season, he's never been the guy. He's never been the guy. He's the break the glass. He comes in to save the day. He's never been the main guy for the entire season, and he's injury prone and he gets hurt, and that's what happened. Let's see here. We need to win the rest of our games if we want a shot at the playoffs. Absolutely. Fire everyone except A-Rob. Fire everybody except Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, and Cole Kmet. Do you think we can make the playoffs? We can, but it's looking very bleak right now. Nothing gets fixed until this offense is fixed. You think it's possible for a 9-7 record beating the Lions, Vikings, Jags, Texans? Yeah, so that's a good point. If Mitchell Trubisky is a starter, I say we still have a chance to go 9-7. I do. I think we can beat the Lions. I think we can beat the Vikings. I think we can beat the Jags. Texans is tougher than you would think. Because I'm telling you right now, if our offense was even decent, we beat that team yesterday in the Vikings. So let's see here. Imagine Trubisky outplays Rodgers. Wouldn't that be nice? Guys, super chat if you want me to answer your question right away. Trying to get to as many as I can here. There's a lot. So Sell the defense and use the picks to build an O-line. I want a damn offense. Well, here's the thing. All right. You can't have it both ways, guys. Okay. If we get an incredible offense, but then our defense is trash, we're just going to be doing the same thing, but the opposite way. We're going to be saying, why can't we have a defense that can, stop anybody, right? So that's what the Seahawks have. Now the Seahawks are doing better than us, right? They're 6-3, we're 5-5, but at the same time, they've got a major hole. A major hole. So, listen, we want both. We want to be a balanced team at this point, but yeah, sell the defense and using picks to build an offensive line. That's if you're rebuilding. So we have to see what happens there. Jimmy with the question: do you think Trubisky has any interest to play for the Bears anymore? Well, he's getting paid still, so I don't think he has a choice. But as far as interest, yeah, absolutely. I think any quarterback who's not a starting quarterback wants to be a starting quarterback. Get Pace and Nagy out of here. Yeah, look, I told you guys this yesterday. I'm sticking by it. It's time to move on from Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy. They just do not understand or know how to fix this. That's the thing. And I like Matt Nagy. He's a nice guy, man. Ryan Pace, too, same thing. These guys feel like they're smart guys, but for some reason it's just not working out here. And I'm willing to give them the rest of the season at this point. But then if things don't improve, I want them out, right? So we're 5-5 right now, guys, right? Okay, so if Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are able to figure things out, then cool, where we can think about it. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to stay, but we can think about it. But if they still can't figure things out and we go 5-11 or 6-10, it's time to fire them. It's been 3 seasons, okay? Ryan Pace has shown you all he can do is build a defense. He can't get an offensive line, can't get a quarterback, can't get an offense. Matt Nagy was literally brought in here to run an offense. Couldn't do that, had to give up play calling. Sorry. 36-3 Packers. Ouch. Yeah, that one hurts. I don't want to make any predictions right now. Just heard that there's talks of sending Kemba Walker to the Bulls. If you guys want me to answer Bulls questions, tune in tomorrow when I go live for the NBA draft. But we're talking Bears and NFL. Why would Trubisky want to get himself killed for a team that doesn't believe in him? Listen, he's getting paid to do a job. It is what it is, guys. So, Faiz, how much worse will our defense have to be next year to get a decent offense? I mean, the way to get a decent offense is to get a better quarterback and to get a better offensive line. Well, offensive line you can address in free agency and the draft, but quarterback you can also address in the draft, but you kind of have to get lucky, right? That the quarterback you draft ends up being good, or maybe you get Dak Prescott next year. Thoughts on Buster Skrine's performance last night? He was awful. He was the worst player on defense for the Bears, but I don't want to talk about the defense. I refuse to complain about the defense after that anemic performance on offense we saw last night. I refuse to. Do you think the McCaskies should sell the team? So here's my thing, okay? And I will talk about the Bulls in this example because I need to explain to you guys how things work. Calling for owners to get fired is a waste of breath. It's waste of breath because owners cannot get fired, okay? And owners are going to do whatever they want to do, right? It's one thing to call for a coach to get fired, a GM, a front office executive, anybody in the front office, a player to get benched, something like that. Something where that party has a boss. The owner doesn't have a boss. So to call for an owner, all right, to get fired, it can't happen. And so why I'm saying that to you guys is, look, do I like the McCaskies? Well, I don't even know them. But do I think a better owner would help this team? Sure. But at this point, that's not an option. So I don't want to worry about what we can't control. We can't control the McCaskies owning the team. They own the team. What we can control is Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy having jobs. Okay? And for the most part, folks, I don't think the McCaskies are that bad. Like, they pretty much put the right people in terms of who they think and get out of the way. Like, I am happier with the McCaskies than I am if we had a Jerry Jones, like an owner who wants to be everything, right? A GM slash owner slash VP, and he controls everything. So again, I don't think selling McCaskey is going to do anything. And the reason why I wanted to bring up the Bulls example is we've got the Reinsdorfs who own the Bulls, and they were able to clean house, right? They got rid of Darren Pax. They brought in new management. They brought in a new coach, Arturas Karnisovas, Mark Eversley, Billy Donovan. That's really all we want from the McCaskies. So again, would I like new owners? Sure, but it's not a choice. I think your problem is you analyze the situation based only in one aspect, team aspect, and don't take into consideration the other side's player side. Well, what do you mean by that, Jimmy? Are you talking about the fact that I don't think Mitch wants to play for the Bears, or you guys are saying that Mitch doesn't want to play for the Bears? Like, at this point, I don't understand that, because Mitchell Trubisky wants to play football, and he is going to get that opportunity. What is he going to say? No, I don't want to start. If Matt Nagy comes to him and says, we want you to start again, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Let's see here. Do you think 9-7 is enough to make the playoffs? That's tough, because right now, if you think about it, the locked-in playoff teams are somebody from the NFC East. I'm going to say the Eagles, just because they won the division. The Packers are a lock. The what division am I thinking? Oh, the Bucs and the Saints are a lock. So 4 teams right there. And then I believe in the NFC West, you've got the Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals, who all have a chance. So that's 7 right there, and there's 7 spots. And so 9-7, I mean, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals all have 6 wins. I think 9-7, maybe, but I'm going to say 10-6. I'm going to lean with 10-6. Let's see here. Nagy's playbook is trash. Well, it was Bill Lazor calling last night the play. So, would you rather tank the rest of the season or trade up if we're going to draft a quarterback? I would rather trade up. Tanking, I feel like, is too difficult mid-season. We can't even score a single touchdown. How do we beat anybody? You know what? That's funny. We really can't even score a single touchdown. So, no offensive touchdowns last night. Who gets the boot first, Pace or Nagy? Probably Nagy, but they both should go out at the same time. Matt Nagy was a Ryan Pace hire. So if Matt Nagy goes, Ryan Pace should go, and vice versa. Should the Bears keep Trubisky and hire coach to fit a scheme? I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just going to let Mitchell Trubisky go after the season. You know what's funny, guys? I'm excited to see Mitch after the bye week, because if he does play well and somehow, you know, like the Bears are in playoff contention, I really want to see what the Bears do. I want to see like what the Bears are thinking here, because again, we're not bad enough to get a high draft pick, but we're not good enough to do anything either. So we're stuck in this middle ground, which I hate. I hate it. It's like quicksand. It's the worst thing, mediocrity. QB options the Bears can get in the offseason. I think Dak Prescott's the biggest name out there. Do you think we should draft a quarterback in our first-round pick? Quarterback or offensive line? That's it. Nothing else. Foles is considered day-to-day. Yes, so Foles could be back, but he should not be starting. I'm telling you right now. Nick Foles should be benched. Absolutely. Behind this offensive line, he's garbage. He's useless. How about that Santos kick, though? Shout out Cairo Santos. He is a keeper. But I mentioned on offense. He's special team. So, Faiz, you miss Jordan Howard as a starting running back. I feel like everything went downhill when we traded him for basically nothing. Not really. I mean, I would like a steadier run game, but I don't miss Jordan Howard. I mean, look at the fact that he did nothing with the Dolphins and they cut him. So, not really. My fantasy QBs, Breeze and Foles, RIP. Yeah, got to get another quarterback, man. It's been brutal this year with injuries. What's going on with Allen Robinson? I mean, A-Rob is probably disgusted just like all of us. That's it. And his agent was going off. Did you guys see that? His agent was going off on Twitter talking about how they don't throw to A-Rob in the red zone and their Bears might be the only team. And he's so right about that. Like, we love targeting Anthony Miller in the red zone, but you got the best receiver, a top 10 receiver now, Robinson. We don't want to throw to him. Only the Bears. Do you think we should bring back Jacob? I can't tell if you guys are serious with these questions, man. Please. I need serious questions, guys. Let's see here. This is by far the worst offense we've ever had. Faiz, do you agree? Yeah. This offense is, I told you, it's like pulling teeth. It is bad. It is. We're worse than the Jets. If you look at every offensive category, like the 31 and 32 teams are all Jets and Bears. Fire Phillips, Nagy, and Pace, revamp the O-line through draft picks and sign some O-line free agents and keep Trubisky and the receivers. Well, I will give you guys my offseason thoughts after the season's over. But I agree with a lot of what you just said. Tyler Bray was so trash. Yes, can we please end the Tyler Bray nonsense? Like, did you guys see Tyler Bray in the last seconds? He did not look like he was ready for NFL action. Like, please stop it. And I don't know why the Bears kept freaking trying to protect this guy in the practice squad. Like, he looks garbage. Again, he only played a few seconds, but it did not look good. What do you think will happen with this offense in the bye week? You know what? I've been trying to figure that out. It's a good question. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so we know. Let's try to put our thinking hat on. All right. So during the bye week, the Bears are going to change quarterbacks. They're going to go back to Mitchell Trubisky if he's healthy. The only way when Nick Foles starts again is if Mitchell Trubisky is not healthy. So we know that for a fact. That's going to happen. Well, not for a fact. I believe it's going to happen. Play calling. Do I think Matt Nagy takes back play calling? I have a weird feeling that I think he does, but I'm not sure, man. You know what? I think he does. I think if Mitchell Trubisky's back, I think he takes back play calling. You would think, you got to give Bill Lazor more than a game here, but as far as the offensive line, I mean, no changes there. I think as far as, the running backs, David Montgomery's going to be back. So, yeah, the biggest change is going to be Mitchell Trubisky's going to be the starter again, and then I think Matt Nagy might take back play calling. This is the first time I'm seeing you this depressed. Yes. I'm very depressed right now, folks. I'm very depressed right now. Now, look. We're all fans of the Bears. I try not to let it affect my day, but certainly, when your team doesn't play well, you're sad about it. It is what it is. I'm still living my life, but it's just less fun at this time. We got any super chats, guys? Super chat, and I'll try to answer those questions as many as I can. Do you think they use Patterson and running back too much? Yes, way too much. I don't understand this either. Like, Cordell Patterson is a running back. Is not a running back, excuse me. Let me scratch that. Let me start again. Cordell Patterson is not a running back. He's a kick returner. But yet they love using him at running back. Lamar Miller looked decent last night. I don't think he looked awful. Why does Lamar Miller not get more carries? Ryan Knowles is a good pass catcher. Like, what is it with Cordell Patterson, man? I don't get it. So, A-Rob is going to leave. Guys, what's funny? You know what's funny about that? A-Rob can get tagged next year and stay, and the Bears can keep him. So it's not really his choice. But I agree. He should be very disgusted and mad at the Bears. But we can tag him next year and keep him and still not pay him because that's what the Bears do. I've been just as depressed all day as I see Faiz here. I don't blame you. The offense is hopeless this year. Even if Mitch comes back, play calling and O-line can be fixed this year. Yeah, guys, I just don't want you to think that everything's gonna be fixed with Mitchell Trubisky coming back. He should have never been benched in the first place, but I just don't think everything's going to be fixed with him because this is a larger problem than that. Just like I told you, I don't think the offense is going to be fixed with Bill Lazor, and certainly it didn't. I thought he'd improve a little bit, but even that's too much to ask with this damn team. So let's see here. If Nagy was to get fired, who do you want? This is another good question. So if Matt Nagy gets fired and Ryan Pace gets fired, I want Louis Riddick as GM of the Bears, and I want Joe Brady or let me think here. Eric Bieniemy's out there too, but one of my good friends that I follow on Twitter, Eric Lambert, made a good point. Matt Nagy is from the Kansas City coaching tree of Andy Reid, and that's where Eric Bieniemy would be from too. If we made him the head coach, he's very qualified for sure. But here's the thing: do they go for another Kansas City guy, right? So that's the problem here. Joe Brady would be phenomenal to me. So those are my two coaches. I want Joe Brady or Eric Bieniemy, and I want Louis Riddick, who was actually calling the game in the booth last night. Guys, I apologize. I'm so tired right now. Louis Riddick, I've been seeing him for years on ESPN, man. He's phenomenal. He's got a great mind. I think he's very good at letting you know how to analytically build a team, and I think he just needs an opportunity. So I would love Louis Riddick. I really would. Do you think the Bears should take Kyle Trask? Yeah, Kyle Trask has looked really, really good. Absolutely. I don't know where he's going to go in this year's draft. Zach Wilson's name has been coming up. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that their stock is just going through the roof. So I'm just not sure what the situation is going to look like for the Bears in terms of where they draft. So I'll have to wait until the season's over for that. But yeah, I told you, we need to either draft a quarterback or an offensive line. Nothing else. In the first round, nothing else. Let's see here. Faiz, what do you think about the Bears picking up Josh Rosen? I think Mitchell Trubisky's better. I really do. Let's see here. Mitch will win the next 6 games and take us to the Super Bowl. Boy, wouldn't that be a thing. You know what's funny? My prediction of 10-6 can still come true. I'm not saying it will. Relax. I'm not saying it will. The Bears are 5-5, so that would mean that I have to go 6-1. But what I am saying is I'm done with Nick Foles. Okay, there's a reason I told you at the beginning of the season I wanted Mitchell Trubisky to start. I believed he would start. He ended up starting, and then when he got benched, I gave Matt Nagy the benefit of the doubt. Now looking back, it was foolish to do so, but he was benched too quickly. The offense in the first 2 games looked decent. I know we played the Lions and we played I forget the other team we played. I think the Giants, but the offense was decent, like not even this bad, and we played a bad Minnesota defense, and we couldn't score a touchdown. So I'm done with Nick Foles. Just done. Let's see here. Can we take a moment to appreciate and acknowledge how good Artavius Pierce was? He was really nice. Guys, Artavius Pierce is okay. I saw him for a few carries, but I don't know if he was that bad, so – I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of losing too, man. I'm tired of losing too. You think Mitch is worth re-signing for 1 year? There's no re-signing Mitch for a year. If you want to keep him for another year, you just franchise tag him, which the Bears can do. Faiz, at least the Bulls are becoming better. Yeah, they are. So let's see. But yeah, guys, look, here's kind of the thing. Here's where I'll leave you guys with, okay? Here's where I'll leave you be. We're 5-5, bye week. Here's what I believe happens. We come back out of the bye week. Mitchell Trubisky is going to be the starting quarterback. Let's hopefully pray that the offense gets better, okay? But we're going to win this either way. If the offense doesn't improve and everything tanks, Nagy's gone, Pace is gone. Hopefully we hire my guys, Louis Riddick and Joe Brady or Eric Bieniemy. If we do well and Mitchell Trubisky leads us to wins, that's also good because the Bears win. And when the Bears win, obviously that's good for us. So a good outcome either way coming out because I am not expecting anything. Guys, just let go of your expectations for the rest of the season. Just have no expectations, and I'm telling you, it's going to feel so much better. It's going to be so much better. So don't expect anything. I'm not expecting 10-6 or anything like that. All I'm expecting to see is Mitchell Trubisky coming back. that might be the only thing. If I have to watch Nick Foles behind that offensive line, I'm literally going to throw something at my TV. I really am. So, again, lower your expectations, get rid of them because it's not going to work out. This offense is awful. It's anemic, but we can still watch because I told you if we lose, then the guys that we don't like get fired. But if we win, that's also great. So Mitchell Trubisky is going to be a starting quarterback coming out of the bye. Look forward to that. The only way that doesn't happen is if he's still hurt. There's a chance Matt Nagy takes bad play calling. Maybe not, but I think there's a chance. And we've got a semi-easy schedule in the back half of our season, but apparently that doesn't matter as much because we can't score any touchdowns. So that's where I'm at, folks. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a lot more live streams during this bye week, so look forward to that.